Blessings way up, my fire fam. It's a beautiful day out. Just getting ready to go up in the boxing gym, but I figured let me come on here and chat to my fire fam real quick. Let me come talk to y'all, right? And like I said, we're gonna start talking boxing on the channel because obviously I'm a boxing coach, I'm a boxing trainer, but I do, you know, recommend to all my fighters, to all my students that y'all should watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? You should actually watch boxing because you'll be amazed at how many kids come into the gym and say they want to learn boxing, but they don't watch boxing. You'll be even amazed at how many fighters um, don't watch boxing. You know what I'm saying? So for young kids that are trying to learn the craft and learn boxing, I try to, you know what I'm saying? I try to get them to watch boxing. You should be watching boxing. You should be studying the craft, right? You're trying to learn something. Well, you might want to watch the best that do it, and try to learn something from them, right? But we're gonna talk about Terence Bud Crawford, Vergil Ortiz, Canelo Alvarez. I got questions for you guys. I want you guys to really, really, really tell me. Get in the comment section and let me know if you guys really think that Terence Bud Crawford is too small for Canelo Alvarez, right? We've heard that His Excellency Turkey Al Sheikh is no longer interested in the Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo fight. Now, a lot of the Terence Crawford haters, they trying to make it seem like it's because of Terence Crawford's performance against Majimov the other night. But we already know that, you know what I mean? Canelo Alvarez and His Excellency been going back and forth with each other. Canelo Alvarez doesn't like the approach that His Excellency has taken in trying to get Canelo Alvarez to fight for him. And His Excellency doesn't like the approach that Canelo has taken. You know what I mean? So we ain't gonna sit here and just try to make it seem like he's no longer interested in making the fight with Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford because Bud Crawford didn't perform good or whatever have you, right? Another question is, and I'm gonna give you guys my, opinion on if I think Bud is really too small for Canelo. But the second question is Vergil Ortiz really, really, really ready for Terence Bud Crawford after his performance the other night against Boachuk? Now, I'm not coming on here to shit on no fighter, right? Because in boxing, styles make fights, right? Boachuk could have easily given Terence Crawford, you know, a good fight as well. Maybe Bud would have been able to knock him out, in the later rounds or whatever, but he might have been able to still put some pause on Bud, right? Majimov, Majimov might be able to give Vergil Ortiz a pretty good fight. You know what I'm saying? Majimov might be able to hit Vergil Ortiz more than he was able to hit Bud. And Vergil Ortiz may be able to hit Majimov, more than Bud was able to hit Majimov. But Bud was piecing him up. You know what I'm saying? Don't get that twisted. So what we saying is that styles make fights, right? And in boxing, we need to realize that, right? Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford. We have seen fighters in the past move up in weight class, move up 2, 3, 4, 5 weight classes to take on bigger challenges and win, right? Sugar Ray Leonard moved up to light heavyweight to fight the Golden Boy Donnie Lalonde and beat him. I think Sugar Ray actually knocked him out. Now, we're not going to say that Donnie Lalonde uh, is a Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? Y'all smash the like, but we're not saying Donald Lalonde is a Canelo Alvarez. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Roy Jones moved up to heavyweight to beat Johnny Ruiz. Like, it's happened. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we can't always just, we just can't always say that size would win the fights. Obviously, the saying is a good big man beats a good little man, all the time. But, styles make fights. We got to consider the age of these guys, the age of Canelo Alvarez, the age of Bud Crawford. I actually think that Bud is older than Canelo Alvarez, but Canelo has had a much longer, um, just more active career. And I mean, man, damn near has like 60 fights. So I'm saying crazy. We don't even see fighters do that nowadays. You know what I mean? Smash the like button. But with Canelo having the advantage in size, in strength, in punching power, we can't just act like Bud won't have any advantages against Canelo Alvarez either, right? He's going to be slightly smaller, you know what I mean? His punch resistance may not be there, and that's expected, right? But he's going to have a speed factor over Canelo Alvarez. He's gonna have a hand speed factor over Canelo Alvarez. He's gonna have a foot speed. Banana.
Coach.
Y'all already seen a
So,
video with me doing with Banana. I'm on live. I'm saying just talking to him. Coach will be up there in a minute,
alright.
right? But we can't sit here and act like Terence Crawford won't have some advantages over Canelo Alvarez, right? And remember, styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, Bud is too small for Canelo Alvarez. But does that mean that he cannot compete with Canelo Alvarez? No, it doesn't. I believe that if Bud and Canelo Alvarez fights, that I believe that Bud is good enough to not get knocked out by Canelo and even do better than Jamel Charlo did. I mean, Jamel Charlo, he just, was in there trying to survive. But I believe that it can be a good fight, right? Another question is Vergil Ortiz truly ready for Terence Crawford? Again, styles make fights. Bud might get in there and not be as aggressive as Boachuk was against Vergil Ortiz. And again, styles make fights, you know what I'm saying? Vergil might be a little bit more not so aggressive against Bud either, right? In thoughts of him getting counted, right? So styles make fights. I believe that Vergil Ortiz against Terence Crawford is a great fight. You know what I'm saying? Who wins it remains to be seen. Vergil is 26, 27. He definitely has the the youth advantage over Terence Crawford, right? Because even though Bud is pound for pound, great, and we love him, we can't act like he's not getting up there in age, right? So Vergil Ortiz definitely will have the youth advantage over Terence Bud Crawford. Obviously, Bud has the experience, you know what I'm saying? Vergil Ortiz also has more experience in the weight class, right? Because that was his third fight at 154, where Bud, just finished his first fight. So, Bud still has to set in to the weight class of 154. And by the time he sets in to the weight class of 154, and then like he might need to take two more fights before at 154 before he actually goes up another weight class to fight Canelo Alvarez. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, time is money, and with time, you age, right? So we got to factor all these things in. Will there be great fights? Yes. I'm not just gonna sit here and say that Canelo is gonna steamroll Terence Bud Crawford, right? Because me personally, I don't think that Canelo Alvarez, um, just does steamroll him. You know what I mean? And I'm also not gonna sit here and say that Terence Bud Crawford just steamrolls Vergil Ortiz, because again, I don't think that he just steamrolls Vergil Ortiz. This is why, as boxing fans, we want the best to fight the best so that we can see, what's going to prevail. And another thing, like boxing fans, we got to stop. This is why I'm doing this video the way that I'm doing it, because I'm trying to show you guys how it's okay to give credit to every fighter, even though you might not like a certain fighter, right? The Errol Spence fans are still mad at Terence Crawford because he beat up on Errol. And with them being Errol Spence fans, they're unable to be able to give Terence Crawford his true credit. You know what I'm saying? They're unable to do it. And, that's asinine. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of, that doesn't make sense, right? Because when you have two great fighters, you want them to fight each other, and either one wins or loses. You cannot discredit the other fighter, because then when you discredit the other fighter, you're actually taking away from the fighter that you're fanboying for. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? Y'all feel me? So boxing fans, we gotta be more realistic. We gotta be more objective. We gotta be less fanboys, right? I'm a fan of Terence Bud Crawford. I can't really say I'm a huge fan of Vergil Ortiz. I honestly haven't watched Vergil Ortiz enough, right? So I can't say I'm a big fan. Maybe in time I'll be a bigger fan of Vergil Ortiz. I'm a big fan of Canelo Alvarez. I'll give you guys a great example, and then I'm gonna end this video and shoot upstairs to the gym. Y'all make sure to smash the like button. I'll give you guys a great example. I was never a fan or a big supporter of Artur Beterbiev, right? When he fought Alexander Vostok, I thought that Vostok was giving him a boxing lesson right up until he stopped Vostok, right? So I was never a fan of Artur Beterbiev, but over time, I've learned to respect Artur Beterbiev, and I actually am a fan of his now, right? I didn't really like his style before. I didn't really You know what I'm saying? I didn't really see what everybody else saw, but now I definitely see what everybody else sees, and it's no biggie. He might fight somebody, and I might still not be rooting for him. I might still be rooting for the other guy to win, but I sure as hell gonna respect this man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say if this guy beats Arta Beterbiev, well, this guy, he must be a monster. Well, he's pretty good. I gotta give him some credit because he just beat this dude who is a monster. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta get a little bit more realistic and objective in the way that we're, fanning, whether it's either for a boxer or, um, for boxing itself. You guys let me know what y'all think about it in the comment section. We're gonna keep coming live. You know what I'm saying? Keep knocking down these videos. You guys tell me what y'all think about it in the comment section. Question being, is Terence Bud Crawford really too small for Canelo Alvarez? And is Vergil Ortiz really ready for Terence Bud Crawford? If you just popped in, don't just comment. Make sure to go back and watch the video because it's a good video. But like I said, styles make fights, and I think that all of these fights are great fights. I can't sit here and say who would win. I can say who I want, who I want to win, each fight, but I can't just sit here and say who is going to win, right? This is why we watch the fights, you know what I'm saying? So you guys get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think about it. Check out the shorts. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Protect yourself at all times. Keep fighting your fight. Hands up, chin down, keep punching. It's Coach Fire. This is Real Life Boxing.